Welcome, my friends, back to another stream. It's your boy Z. How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling fantastic, thank you for asking. We had a wonderful, successful stream earlier, our first ever mega stream of Baldur's Gate 3, but right now we are back in our world of Ferrous block. Let's check out what I've done for you this time. So, numero uno, I've kind of been working some of the crops a little bit. I've changed up a few of the block palettes. I don't know if you noticed or if I explained it last time, but over here, I switched out this for the dark oak, the same way that I had that one set up. So that way they would be following a common pattern since they are within the same zone, sphere, district, however you want to think about it. I replaced the trim and the door with the hive door from Buzzier Bees because I like it, and I hope you do too. But basically it just uses the kind of honey feel to it. And then out here, I lowered the nether portal into the ground because I was kind of tired of having to hop up and down, especially with the jetpack being my main method of vertical travel. Sometimes I leave it on and then I come over here and I'm like, oh, let's get in the nether portal, and then I fly way off into the distance because I still had my jetpack on. Let's see, I've definitely had some more crops come up. I planted the gobber stuff, which I may have done last time, but I don't think I had. And then what else? All of the wood types. I now have every wood in the game planted. So there's no other sapling types for me to have available to plant. I also got the arcane gold. There's a golden orchid seed that you can make. So now I've got that, and when we break into Forbidden and Arcanus for real, we'll have just an infinite amount of that. Mushrooms, all the tree stuff. One of the tree types, this one, the, what's this called? The mystery wood sapling. These can make golden apples, which you can see I'm sitting on about 190 enchanted gold, some notch apples, 758 normal golden apples. And the mob farm's doing fantastic. What else? I think that's really all that I've changed over here, other than that I put a few things into the compacting drawers. Like the uranium, that used to be up here because it was one of the drops that I was getting out of the sifters, but it can be compacted, so I did. I compacted the coal so that way I could pull out the blocks for the botania setup that we did last time. And then same thing with uraninite. It could be compacted, so I did. And then over here, let me show you the little bit of advancement into botania stuff that I did. So I was torn about setting up a runic altar in between streams, but it really is a time-consuming process to do this. I'll show you kind of how it works here in a minute, but I did go ahead and set that up, and I hate the placement of it, but this is like the only place it could be and have a spreader that goes out of the other spreader setup that I have, so I just kind of had to. I'd like to get a more in-depth mana setup, so we're going to have to work on that at some point. And then I also automated all of the botania mushrooms. Now, you can do the plants or the mushrooms. I chose the mushrooms because basically it's like having just the straight-up petals planted. Because any botania recipe will use either petals or mushrooms as the main ingredient. So any place where it says you have to put in a petal, you could put in a mushroom instead. So this just kind of makes it a little bit easier for me. And then I went ahead and crafted up some of each of the runes. And I also put the living rock and the living wood over here. And then I got, quite a bit of it, over 1,000 of each type. So we can really play with the botania stuff when we need to. I also colored the grass. I don't know if I talked about this last time, I really don't remember, but in Botania you can change the color of grass. These are the 6 pasture seeds that are available. This is golden grass, the vivid grass, which is my absolute favorite, 100%. Even though it's still just green, it's such a more deep, rich green. I love it. The infused grass is also pretty good. It does bring to mind the magical biomes that have existed in other versions of packs. Got the dry grass, which sort of, it feels swampy to me, but also it's, you know, it's basically grass that's been too heated. But not as much as scorched grass, because obviously this is grass that's been on fire at some point. And then there's the mutated grass, which has a delightful pattern, honestly. It's basically like, if you wanted to do something weird, where you're either dealing with like mushrooms, or maybe something like dark and sinister, this would be a good choice for you. But, that being said, I went with the ultra obvious choices of being like, well, I love the vivid grass, so that's the main one that I used. And then with the Endoflames taking stuff that is combustible and burning it for mana, I was like, obvious choice to use the scorched grass here. I thought about using the golden grass so that it would look a little bit more on color for it, but I actually feel like the contrast between the scorched grass and the Endoflames is quite lovely. Whereas the golden grass it matches the color palette of the Endoflame, but then it just kind of blends together, and I didn't like that as much. I like that this stands out more. So how do you do runic altars, I hear you asking, for those of you that have never played Botania before? Well, basically, how you use a runic altar is you have a certain recipe, and you kind of right-click all the stuff on here, and then you can use it to make things. Whatever is in the circle is what you're going to make. Whatever is around the big circle, that's what you have to put in to make it. So, most of the recipes are pretty straightforward. In this pack, if they have a rune as a requirement, it doesn't seem to consume the rune. I don't know if that was a change in Botania or if it was a change for this pack, because it has been a while since I played with Botania. But it did seem whenever I was crafting, it was not consuming the runes, but instead was only consuming the other ingredients. So the higher tier runes were actually easier to craft than the lower tier runes. Because like this is one of the basic runes, and you do get 2 of them for a craft, but having to craft a fishing rod for each one of these was really annoying, honestly, since they don't stack. And then this one is the absolute worst, the Rune of Mana, and let me show you why. So, Mana Steel, right? We went through this last time. That's Crimson Steel is required for that. So that means that I had to go and mine Crimson Iron out of the Nether, and then I could either do this recipe, which takes 4 Crimson Iron to get you 1 Crimson Steel, or I could go through this process where I did 2 of it with a Magma Cream and a Blaze Rod, and that gets me 1. So it's 2 for 1 instead of 4 for 1. So obviously this is better, but because I really wanted to maximize my outputs, I was going through the whole process of making the Crimson Chunks and the Crimson Ore Dust to make it happen. So you get the ore itself out of the Nether, you put it inside of the Crusher, I believe it is, and then that gives you this. Yeah. And then you have to put this back in the Crusher, which gives you this. And that's where you double up. You have the secondary chance to get more. It's only 10%, so I didn't get much more from that step. I could have stopped at the first one where it just doubles it, but I was like, you know, if I'm already only doing 2 for 1 on the ingots, I might as well go for the biggest return that I can get. So I went all the way. And then you take this and you put it inside of a furnace, and that gets you the Crimson Iron. And then the Crimson Iron alloys up into the Crimson Steel, and then the Crimson Steel is what you put in to get Mana Steel. I want to stress that normally, in normal Botania, not in this mod pack, Mana Steel is made with iron. You just get iron ingots, and you toss it into a mod pool. So, you can see why that Rune of Mana, which required me to have 5 Mana Steel ingots, and also a Mana Pearl, so that's just an Ender Pearl dunked in the Mana stuff. This one took me the most time. I had to spend so much time mining in the Nether. And then this one, which required a cake, was also kind of annoying, just because, again, cakes don't stack. But, I mean, all told, it wasn't very difficult for me to get, like, roughly a stack of each. It just took a lot of time. And that's why I couldn't do any more streams of this between now and then. Because I really thought about it, but I was spending a significant amount of my time just making cakes and putting them in that altar and then waiting for the altar to do its business. But yeah, so we're properly set up on this. We've got a lot of resources to play with when we need them. There are several recipes that call for those runes, so we'll just see them as we're going along. The other resource that I've noticed is actually sort of a big deal for this pack is the stuff that comes out of the crystallizer, which apparently I hit I hit caps lock at some point, but yeah, the crystallization chamber from Cyclic. So this one required a rune of fire, so that's why I had to start over there, and then I could come to this step. But basically, I can't see uses on this. Well, whatever. I think there's a recipes menu inside. So let's figure out how we get to here. So we've got honey blocks that need to be compressed. Honey blocks are for honey. I've been really good about, I'm still collecting more honey, even though I went ahead and made the 64 experience upgrades. So that way, that's why I have 1,000 levels, if you didn't notice that I had 1,000 levels. Because I made so many of those that now anything that I smelt just gives me so much XP. I think that I actually have like 9 million or something waiting. Yeah, 9,330,372 XP just waiting in the machine for me to pull it out. And yeah, even more here, 24 million. So I mean, like, I've got loads and loads of XP. Should I need it or should I die accidentally? But let's grab us out some honey. And I needed 2 of those, I believe. I do like that it gives you the bottles back. That's nice. That's a good touch. I didn't know that, honestly, because I haven't messed with the bees at all. Let's come down here and we'll slot these into our compressor. Yeah. Eat some of our Bam's pizza, which is the best food in the pack as far as I'm concerned. I can't get over how easy this stuff is to make. It's 5 bread, and it gives you 5 shanks, and it fills up your saturation bar. So good. I keep on looking up random food recipes and eating them so that I can keep adding hearts to my total, but I already have 10, and I don't know if I can get any more, so. Then what else? I need another quartz and 3 obsidian. So quartz, 3 obsidian, boom, boom, and then prismarine shards and a rune of fire. So prismarine shards are prismarine in a alchemy catalyst. Prismarine you can get from an alchemy catalyst with quartz. So how many of those did I need? 2? 2. So 2 more of the quartz. And we'll just double tap it on the alchemy catalyst, which is this one, I believe, because I switched it over. It was originally that one over there, but since this one had the like this slab above it, I was like, you know, I'm never going to be able to place a spreader on top of this one, so let's just do this one. And then, yeah, if you hover over it, and it has the catalyst in it, which you can see the difference there, kind of. There's like a little bit of a circular pattern, which is what the catalyst block looks like, whereas there's nothing in this one here. It's really hard to notice, but it is there. Basically, you just kind of throw it in, and you can hear that sound, and that means that you made a transmutation with it. So then I can just do it again. And boom. We get the 2 prismarine crystals that we need. And then the last thing we needed was rune of fire. So let's snap up here and get one, which I think is that one. Yes. Very fine. Very fine. Oh no, it's over here. We're waiting on that honey to crystallize. Which it's done. Fantastic. So let's pull out our good old Philosopher's Stone. Dot dot. Dot dot. Bum bum bum. And blammo. And we get a crystallization chamber. So then let's slap it down over here. Let it generate power, and then show recipes. So basically it just lets you kind of manipulate stuff around with a little bit of water. You can turn terracotta back into clay, you know, grass into grass path, yada yada. There's lots of different things that you can do with it. You can rehydrate coral. If you have even one, you can get 2 more with a little bit of water. Basically, this takes a liquid material and also a solid material and then makes something with it. Now, the one that we're really going to be interested in is the one that's native to the actual mod, which is the crystallized amber and crystallized obsidian. Hey, this would have been a better way to make a cake. Well, no, because it takes honey. Never mind. Yeah, so here we go. These are the things that we're really needing here. So with slime and these materials, you get a crystallized obsidian, or with slime and these materials, which this is what we're going to be using. Basically, I have wither roses, I have obsidian, I don't have chorus fruit because I haven't been able to go to the nether yet, or the end. I haven't been able to go to the end yet because it's locked behind this. I need these to make end portals. So this is the first step. We need to make crystallized amber. So we need fire charges, magma, redstone, and gold. So I think, honestly, we're going to have to make the other part of this too. Cyclic. If we look on this mod, you can see how there's 2 things here. There's a crystallization chamber and then there's a melting chamber. We're going to need to make the melting chamber too, because it's going to give us the ability to turn magma blocks into magma, which we can then pump into this thing to get the amber, which it requires 1,000 millibuckets and definitely more redstone and also some gold. But then I don't have to put in that much honey. And it's easier to get magma blocks, redstone, and gold for me than it is to get honey, because these are all automated. This is not. I haven't been able to automate honey yet. I mean, honestly, I haven't tried because it hasn't been that big a deal, but I haven't been able to automate it yet. So, same thing except magma cream and fire charges. So let's go grab another rune of fire. And then everything else should be over here. 1 of those, 3 of those, and then the other stuff should be over here in the mob farm. Magma cream and fire charges. Oh, that was a quest apparently. Oh man, was that... This is where I'm going to find out that I was supposed to make that one and then make the crystallizer or something, right? Machines. Yeah, I was supposed to do that. And then make the crystallizer, which gets us a honey bucket. So let me see if just picking it up will register it. Okay, cool. There's been a couple of things I've done like that, actually, where I've just totally messed up the order in which I needed to do things. See, they look like they're full, but inside that's blankish. Oh well. And then I'll need to probably make the fluid version of this so that I can pipe the fluid from there to there. Because there's no UI for just like sending stuff to the side or whatever. Magma. 2 magma blocks will get me 1,000. So I just need to collect a mess of magma blocks, which I think I already have some. No. Not there anyways. Did I put it in here for some reason? I've also been trading with the Plague Doctor so that I can mess with the Ratlantis stuff eventually. Yeah, see, I've got 1,000 there. Speaking of which, though, let's get that out of the way. I've got, like, a whole bunch of Plague Doctors just sitting around my base, so let's... Oh, but they just went invisible because it's nighttime. Oh, but it's not quite all the way nighttime yet. Oh, no, it's going down. It's becoming day. Okay, so you. What do you got? Upgrade stuff? Sure. Give me all that you got. Old treacle. None of this other stuff that you've got is particularly interesting, so let's fight you. Because you can fight them. If you get one of these Plague Tomes, which I got from one of them in a trade, I think. If you right-click them, they turn into this, and then this is kind of like a boss of that thing. And because of the way, like, how good my sword is enchanted, they can't really do anything about it because they get locked into place by the ice aspect, take damage over time, and become stunned because of the lightning aspect. And then also they just generate a lot of extra resources because of the things that I've given myself. Or made for myself, I guess. It's got looting 6, and a couple of other things too. I did get plague from it though, so I'm gonna have to cure that. You can actually get their mask, which is what I have here now. I have a Black Death mask instead of the other mask that I had. Which there's actually, you know, a couple of them sitting on the ground there for me. After I get down here to where the loot can be stored successfully. Okay, so now I have everything. Plague Essence, Mysterious Token Chunks. I'm getting really close to having enough of those to actually play with it. And then another Plague Doctor Mask. Another Black Death Scythe. How many tokens does that put me up to? Because I'm getting close. Ooh, I have 9. I think that's how many I needed. Yep. Right-click anywhere to open a portal to Ratlantis. Has completed the challenge. What lottery? That lottery? That's what lottery? Are you stupid? Only lottery that matters. Was that I think that was like an end, like a completion chapter. No? Space? Storage? Here it is. And I get a cheese staff for that. Use on a rat to bind it. Interact with an block to allow the rat to deposit or pick up items in it. So cool, I can have rat servants now, if I should so choose. I don't know anything about it though, so I don't know if that would be... I haven't looked at that mod at all. I've just been collecting stuff from it in case I needed it. And we'll put those confections away, and then also that essence. Behold the rattling lord! So we'll put that there for now, and we'll come back to it. Let's go find the other ones that are just kind of floating around my base. There's one up here, maybe? Down there. And then there's one over there. So he's got the Plague Essence. I think that's the only thing he has that would be worth trading for. And then, if I could pull him to the center, I could actually fight him as well. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm attacking his feet so that I keep on hitting the rats as well. That's what's going on, in case you're curious about why I'm attacking the way that I'm attacking. I'm just, like, I spent a lot of time enchanting, so, like, all my gear is, like, super OP now. Ooh, he summoned one of the big ones. Who is now dead as well. Okay. Then I've got all this stuff following me around. Let's switch off to our loot backpack so that we can just, like... That way I don't have to worry about anything falling off. Switch back on the jetpack. See what this one has to trade. More upgrades. I understand that may be good. And then he's in a weird place, so I'm not going to bother fighting him. got so far. And then go back into the backpack and pull out what's gonna this, and this are all things. And we'll just do that so that we can put away that and the emeralds at the same time, since I've got all the emeralds that I need. And put that token away. There we go. And apparently at some point in there I pulled out one of my mystical blue flower petals. And also 2 more plague tomes. Should we need those. They're not consumed. I don't know why you get more of them. But okay. Let's put that back up. And we'll swing over here again to grab out the magma blocks, which is what I was actually looking for when I got distracted. I mean, I'm just gonna... Well, no. I don't know if magma's gonna be the only thing that I have to make in there. I know that's what I need right now, but I don't know if that's all that I need. So I'm not gonna fill it up. Like that. And that gets me 1,000 magma. So how many of these amber things do I want to make becomes then the question. Because I kind of think that, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do exactly what I just said I wasn't going to do, because I just want to make a full stack of those. We have the resources. There's no reason for me not to. So let's get a whole stack of that. And then what were the other things? So with that, I need gold, fire charges, and redstone blocks. So you can see redstone blocks we're sitting on like almost 4,000. We can take a stack. It's okay. Yeah. And then for fire charges, yeah, we can take a full stack. And then for gold, same thing. Since these are coming out of trees, we've got so much. We've got plenty of them. So let me get this magma cooking, even though it doesn't seem to take very long, honestly. And then put that there and there. So yeah, it's not super quick, but it's not super slow either. And then we need to figure out how to pull it into here. We could probably do it with buckets, but I think if we just make some of the fluid pipes of the mod that we've been messing with, then we're probably going to be able to just kind of automate that. Refined pipes. The fluid pipes, I could definitely get to tier 2. Ooh, maybe. I don't know how much slime I have left. I have been using it. I might need to kill a couple of slimes. Can I get a couple of slimes, though? That would be the question. Now that I'm not down here all the time, I don't just have them spawning constantly. And the mob cap is really eaten up by my mob farm, too. Which, I guess I should check on this as well. Yeah, see, here's the problem with these pipes, because each one of them has their little quirks, right? So this one will not take things out of order. So even though I have plenty of spots for all of this to be able to take into the mob farm, because a name tag is in the first slot from some named mob that got killed in here, it's not taking anything. Whereas the pretty pipes were, they just did it so slowly that it doesn't matter. But if I come over here and sort it, it'll start taking stuff again. But that means that my mob farm is really not super duper automated, because I have to keep on checking on it like this. I need to catch a slime. But I think I'll have to wait until nighttime for that. So let's just see how much slime I have for now. I've got 40. Sum total of all slime in my possession. Oh no, not that. How do you get more slime? Water and magma cream. So that's pretty good. Cactus and mana, or slime and slime makes more slime. Alright. Magma cream in a cauldron will get me a slime, which is pretty much the same thing as that recipe right there. Smelting a jellyfish, or energizing a lime dye. Cool. Well, we can make some of them anyways. So 4 diamonds, 2 quartz, and a glass. We got some glass here. We'll make 2. 4 diamonds, 2 quartz. Oh, because I only pulled out the 4 diamonds. And the 2 quartz. I was really like, I expect to make 12 of them. That's what should happen. There we go. And then I'll probably need another one of these extractors. So let's see if I can do this. Don't have any of those. I need to just, honestly, just move these over here. Because this is kind of where I come to craft everything, so they just need to be here with it. Make me one of those, to then make me one of those, to then make me one of those. Cool. And then 800 millibuckets every 0 seconds. So I need to put down pipe, and then put the extractor on that side. Righteous. So then I can do 19 of them so far. Will it let me do it out of order? I don't think so. Yeah, there we go. And then honestly, if I just go ahead and put all of the materials in here instead of just that, cool. So we've got some. So let's see. There was something in particular I needed this for. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Ender frame, torch charm, pylon, fluid placer, dusk flame hex. The charms, I definitely wanted to make those, but I don't think that's what I was looking at. The reinforced survivalist frame strainer, because that will get me, the reason I wanted that is because it will get me the dimensional shards and also the prosperity shards. That's the only 2 things I care about from it, if I'm being completely honest. All this other stuff is good, and at one point I would have cared, but at this point I don't at all. It's just these 2 things. But let's look at what else is available. Frostbringer, Evoke-a-Fang, and a wireless redstone transmitter, which I would never make because there's totally a better version of it in the pack. An Ender Orb Translocator, reusable Ender Pearl that carries you. Frostbringer. These charms are good though, because also when you have all of them, you can just make one talisman that does all of them. And normally their durability runs down over time, which makes it sort of annoying, but since I have the repair talisman, unless I'm constantly... Like, if I was under one of those effects for a very, very long time, then it would be an issue, but unless I'm constantly in fire or lava or something, I should be fine. But I want a slime to spawn. I want to kill slimes while I'm waiting on those to craft. Really, I just need to make the obsidian ones. That's what's actually going to come out of this very quickly. It's because these are going to be good to have, they're going to be useful, but that's not what I need. Because what I need if I go back to the Cyclic mod, I need the crystallized obsidian. So we need to figure out next steps to get to that. So slime, obsidian, wither rose. So I do need more slime, yeah. Come on, me. That's literally what I was saying. Because these are used to make end portals in this mod pack. And a heart container, apparently. And some really strong armor. Look at that, 9/6 on boots and helmet. 18/6 on legs. But yeah, this is... no, this right here. Oh no, that's way different. Oh no, I was off. I was thinking about... That recipe that I just showed was the one that I was thinking about doing, but it was for the wrong thing. I thought that's how I made the ender portals, but no, this is how I make the end portals. Which there's so much here. How do you even... So how do you get to the end then? Because ender ingot blocks... Can you make these before you go to the end? Enderium, which is... Oh yeah, lead. Okay, so you can. I just need platinum. So, okay. This is still stuff that we needed to get done, so it's still good that we did this. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. But what I need to do now is actually work on botania stuff, because we gotta get the next steps of botania going. And that's just kind of all there is to it. I need to open the portal to Alfheim and also get Terra Steel so that I can get platinum. Because to get platinum, the only way in the pack to get platinum that I've been able to find, unless you are exceedingly lucky, is to use the orchid. So that's a functional flower, which takes all of this stuff to make, including pixie dust, which is an elf trade. So I have to have the portal open to be able to get this. And then this flower lets you, you put it in the world, and then you place stone around it, and then it will turn the stone using mana into ores. And it has a totally random chance on what it's going to get, but one of the things that it can get is platinum, which is topaz, copper, where's that? It's only going to be one. It's going to be 64 blocks to get a chance at one. Because platinum is supposed to be ultra rare. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I'll get a lot of other stuff along the way of having it, but it's still going to be a lot. A lot for me to put together. Oh, I love coffee. I know you guys love it too. So then I also need to decide which way I want to go with that. I've kind of been doing side small rooms to be things like that. But I'm going to have to set up an area to make Terra Steel, and then also I'm going to have to set up an area to be the portal that hopefully just has enough mana that it can stay open forever. Right? Platinum and coffee. Simple desires. So let's get our building stuff out. Pull out our black cobblestone. I'm trying to think of how big this needs to be, because the portal is actually... Also, I apparently have an extra quest book. I keep on getting them, so I'm going to keep on throwing them away. Really, there used to be a search in this, and I kind of wish there still was. Alphomancy. The portal to Alfheim. They say that once upon a time, elves shared the world with us Minecraftians. Due to events presently unknown to us, at some point they were banished back to their own world, Alfheim, never to return. Experiments have been performed in an attempt to re-establish a connection between the two worlds, and a theoretical procedure for creating such a portal has been devised. Actually, creating this portal would prove to be an arduous task. Quite a few unusual resources would be necessary. The net requirements come down to 8 living wood blocks, 3 glimmering living wood blocks, an elven gateway core, and at least 2 monopylons and natura pylons. So this is the elven gateway core, which is why I need terra steel. This is the natura pylons, which is again why I need terra steel. And then this is the structure that you have to build. At least 2 monopylons with natura pylons directly above them would be needed within an 11 by 11 by 11 area around the core. The initial activation of the portal, we believe, would cost a huge amount of mana from said pools and would be performed by right-clicking the core with a Wand of the Forest. The portal is designed to always draw mana from all pools with pylons equally. If any pool ran out, any connection to a portal might have would close. Even with all these preparations, any link the portal could establish would be too weak to transfer living beings, so an Alfheim vacation's off the table no matter what, but items might just make it through, though mana from the surrounding mana pools would be needed for items to survive a return trip. All knowledge about Alfheim in this lexicon is at this point limited to what you find in this entry. It seems that elven knowledge has been almost totally lost. Perhaps if the elves could have a look at this book, they could provide further insight. So yeah, I need 1 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and then also the glimmering living wood and the normal living wood, which normal living wood I have no problem. I've got that over 1,000 of that, no big deal. Glimmering is just, I want to say, a glowstone dust with some of it. Yeah. 1 living wood with glowstone makes a glimmering living wood, so that's no big deal either. So it's just the terra steel for the core, and then 2 mana pools with natura pylons. And then the green entries are actually entries that you get from sending the book through the portal. I just think that maybe because the mod's not fully developed in 1.15 yet, that's why they're all just in there. Because Vazkey is awesome and would rather have you know what you're doing than do something and then realize it doesn't work and have no idea what you're trying to get done. So that is 2 mana steel, 2 gold, and a mana diamond. Okay. Well, let's just start gathering all the resources then. Nothing for it but to press on, baby. So let's get 2 diamonds. Oh, that's 2 stacks. I just need 2 diamonds. And then 4 golds. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, 2 mana steel. Which I have no extra mana steel. I've used all of it, I think. I'll check that chest over there, but I think I've used it all. Yep. So let's pull from this one over here. And I mean, like, it's gonna be like that, so let's just... There we go. And then, oh yeah, the 2 diamonds we'll do in this one, just to split up the duties of the mana sum between the pools. And then cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha real smooth, y'all. That gets us the mana pylons. So then we need to set up the whole terra steel thing. So I think this area just become defunct for anything except for generating mana. Because terra steel is a big deal. I'm going to leave the alchemy catalyst there, but I think I'm actually going to have to move all of the mana generation otherwise, or the mana storage, to a different area. And I should probably get some more coal blocks and just get this thing generating again. But let's tackle this one problem at a time. So we'll do that. I'm going to get some cobblestone so that I can just build in the grass floors the same way. And then it said we need an 11 by 11 area, so I guess I'll make a 13 by 13 platform. For this one, we're going to build on level with this platform because I don't want to have to mess with moving the mana any harder than I already have to mess with moving the mana. So let's pull out our path blocks. And this is the center. There we go. And in truth, I don't think that we'll need the whole 13 by 13 area. It's just, like, I know that there's a few things that we can put over here that we could do the same way, so we just might as well. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll also need some more black cobblestone. So let's just get that made real quick. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. That's not on, but I didn't count, so I'm going to start from over here. So close, though. That was pretty good, honestly. Put that, and then break out the cobblestone, because I want to go for the same thing, all grass floor. And then we'll use the cobblestone to transmute. Okay, hold on also, because I did see, I want to say that there is, I mean, like, there are these wandy thingies. Which there's even more of those. There's these. These are building wands. A nether star. A nether star and any sticks. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Sidetrack here real quick with me. I collected a few wither skeleton skulls. So let's make this happen. So that way I don't have to place all this cobblestone. One cobblestone block at a time. Okay. And then there's actually a place, I want to say it's like over here somewhere, where I just dug like a huge trench because I had to for, yeah, here we go. I was trying to get out of the place that I was in. I'd gotten myself lost in Netherrack somewhere. And so I just dug this really weird, huge trench thing. And so if I just kind of like refine this out a little bit more, we can use this to fight the wither, right? That effect you just saw me doing where I was just mining out things randomly and it was popping like several blocks around it, I really need to figure out what mod that is and disable it, by the way. If anybody out there knows, feel free to tell me. Okay. Loot backpack. Store all this random netherrack, this inferium, and slime eggs. That too, sure. And then you will store the things that you just are supposed to be storing, like that, and the black cobblestone. These for now, just to get them out of my inventory. And then over here about... Okay. Especially 8-bit perky tonight? Yeah. I chose an 8-bit theme this time instead of any of the other stuff that I've been using. So that's what we got for our troubles. A Rib of Wither, Soul Gem Wither, a whole bunch of netherrack that he exploded, a Withering Soul, another star. Okay. So now, let me show you that this exists. So this is a recipe to get another star. So I don't ever have to fight a Wither again, and I'm fine with that. Because honestly, I fought so many Withers in my career as a Minecraft content creator. I don't have to fight any more Withers. I know how they work. You either wait until you're so stupidly powerful that they can't possibly kill you, or you just cheese them inside of a cave. It's an easy choice. Of course, in modded, everything's easier too. So, you know, take anything I say with a grain of salt. But now let's put up all this netherrack. And in fact, put up all of this netherrack. And the experience. And yeah. Then we'll just put these other wither drops in here for now, along with this and this. Cool. 2 sticks. An infinity wand. Worth every penny of that nether star. Oh, but I ran out of cobblestone. Right, because one of them I made into the black cobblestone for that trim. Okay. And now we just shift click. Get all into grass. It'd be nice if this had a shape thing too, where I could be like, yeah, just do all of the same thing. But it's okay. It doesn't cost me anything but time. Behold the righteous power of a philosopher's stone. It can turn cobblestone into grass. And there we go. So that gives us a nice big platform to play with. So now we just need to worry about getting the mana over here from our setup here, which is basically just going to be putting spreaders into a thing that spits it over here from the mana pools, basically. Or I can use sparks, but I can't use sparks until I have... I need the portal open to be able to use sparks the way that I want to. Which, I haven't talked about those, so don't feel bad if you don't understand what I just said. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I use compressed human souls to make my lawn? It's the best, it's the only way to be, truly. Alright, let's put up this wand before something tragic happens with it. Oh, so portal to Alfheim. Terra Steel. Terra Steel is actually the next thing that I need to do, so give me back that book. I need core, so I need Terra Steel nuggets, which doesn't... Alright, I'm just going to have to find the entry for Terra Steel. Natural apparatus? There we go. So that's the agglomeration plate. Infused with ridiculous amounts of mana, synthesizing it proves to be no small task. For starters, its creation requires the Terra Steel agglomeration plate, placed over a checkerboard pattern of lapis lazuli blocks and living rock or shimmer rock. This block then needs to be provided with mana, with sparks being the most efficient mode of transfer. After a plate is set up and ready to receive mana, tossing one mana steel ingot, mana diamond, and mana pearl each upon the plate will begin the infusion. Picking up any of the items will halt the infusion, causing severe mana loss. All mana transferred to the plate is lost. The infusion loses about half a mana pool's worth of mana to create a single piece of Terra Steel. Multiple sparks passing at mana will accelerate the process. So I need 4 lapis blocks, 4 living rock? Yeah, living rock blocks. And then the Terra Steel agglomeration plate. Do I actually need 5 living rock? I wonder if there's one underneath there. Can I... Ah, yes. There is one underneath there. So where do I want this to be? I think... here? And then maybe I'll do the enchanting thing over here, and then at this far end will be the portal. So yeah, 5 living rock, 4 lapis blocks. Oh, I just pulled out like 3 stacks. Yeah, here. And then let's get the lapis. And then what did the plate itself cost? Because it costs stuff. 3 more lapis, a block of mana steel, and then several runes. Okay. There we go, and so then just the plate. Which I need, I need the runes. So let's go back over here to our botania storage area. And it's fire, water, earth, air, and mana. And then mana is that one, I think? Yeah, the most annoying one to craft for sure. Mostly because of the time spent in the nether. And then I'll need that mana steel back out so I can make a block of it. And then, does it actually matter the order? Okay. Only kind of. There we go. So then we just need to send mana over to it. I wonder, I don't think Sparks will be able to transfer that far. So I think I'm going to have to use Spreaders, which I consider unfortunate. I made Sparks, actually. Like, I have them here. So I guess I could try. And then right here. And then I need to take my sword out of my hand. And I don't think any of my armor I need to take off. And then I'll make sure that my magnet is not on. And then I need, what is it? A pearl, a diamond, and a monosteel. Almost 1,000 pearls. I'm doing good there. Random Endermen are being killed in my mob farm, I guess. It's hard to tell, if I'm being completely honest. Huh? There we go. Haha! Can't defeat me. Oh, you defeated me. There we go. One of that, and one of that. And I have to, like... And then back away. Mana is being drained from the pools. Yes. Very fine. So we got our first piece of Terra Steel. And I need to get the farm running again. So let me go get some coal. I actually really like this playlist. 8-bit music is some of my favorite stuff, honestly. And our boy Technoaxe is just so good at producing music of all like different types. So yeah, we just let that do its thing. Generate back up that 2 halves of a mana pool that I used, and then yeah, we'll try to make another one, because I'm pretty sure I need 2 of them for what I'm trying to do. Let's go back, and then go to Alphomancy, and then go back to the portal, which is now at the top for some reason. So I need 2 of these, so... Oh no, 1 should be enough then, because I only need 1 of these, and I need 2 of these. Okay, so let's go get us... I mean, we'll leave the farm running anyways, but... We need an Eye of Ender, 2 of those. So we get this, and then some blaze powder. Do I already have some powder made up? I do. So then... I also need living wood. And glowstone. I do need some glowstone. So let's just grab out like a few of those. That's probably enough. And then turn this into those. Do 2 of those with those and those to get the Natura pylons, and then what was it for the core? Yeah, there we go. No. Ah. And that gives us the core. And then how much of the other stuff that I need? I need 8 living wood blocks and 3 glimmering living wood blocks. So I actually only needed 3 of this. And then I need 8 of those. So the rest of them I can put up. And then I gotta build the structure. See, I'd say that I'd bury this one in the ground, but I don't think I will because of the way that the portal works is you just have to toss items into it. So actually having it above the ground would be fine because then I'd like walk up to it without walking through it and then be able to toss stuff down into it. Or I could come around the back and then toss it through the smart way to make sure that I don't fling it off the edge of the world. But yeah, so you can see what I'm doing there. I got to put in the core. And then a block there. And then I'll need something temporary. So that way I can do living wood. Oh. Oh no. Okay, cool. I thought that would maybe like excavate the whole thing, so I'm glad that it didn't. There we go. And then... And then one more temporary something. There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I lowered my ender portal, or my nether portal into the ground. That you just saw right there. And then we can decorate around it, but that's the structure that we need. And then we also need 2 mana pools near it. Which, they don't have to be like right in front of it. So I might put those kind of more middle-ish. So this is the middle line. And then... Or is it? No, this is the middle line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is the middle line. And then right here is the very middle. So maybe here and here? There. So that way they're generally available to all the stuff that's over here. Well, it also helps, like, as far as going quicker, it also helps that, like, I already had a ton of mana saved up. So it didn't require any thought process on it, right? It just did the business. I have 4 pools full of mana over there. Which, they're not filling up as quickly as I thought they would. This mana spreader is not... Oh, it is shooting mana. It's just doing so slowly. Okay. The rest of them are doing the business. Except for that one. That one's also, like, weirdly clogged. Yeah. So it's linked. I'm not sure why it's held up, if it is even held up. Whatever. Mana's going in. It's fine. So then I need to kind of shoot the mana up and over So how am I going to do this? Because these tools... So I said that I was going to try to use these for, like, everything over here, but I can't. Because they're going to have to stay full or they won't keep the portal open. So, honestly, they just need to be over here. And I probably need to have a dedicated mana source that's just for them. Which means I need to build something like this, but that just goes directly into these. Because I can't use sparks to transfer mana in here because the Natura pylons have to be in place. Well, let's just... I guess we'll just do something really ugly for now to get it open, and then we can make the better mana spreaders anyways. So let's just, for now, pull off the sparks that we put here. Since we don't need to make more Terra Steel at ATM. And then we'll do a mana spreader off the side, mana spreader off the side, and then let's see, so that's right here. So 1, 2, oh, it's hard to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like right here. And then middle. This will all make sense in a second once I'm done putting it together. And then I need to do it again because that's not going to be 8 blocks either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wasn't this about where I was going to place them in the first place? Anyways. So then I'll do the same kind of tower here. And put down another one. And then... Oh. And let's just link them together for now. For generating mana purposes, why am I not in linking mode anymore? There we go. That goes there now. And that goes there now. And then this goes there. This goes there. This goes there. That one's already pointed the correct direction. And then this goes here. And this goes here. Yeah, good. Which is just, it's just gotta be this ugly for now. But eventually it won't be. And then while we're waiting on that to transfer the mana over, let's look at our crystallizer stuff here. So it's got 11 left. Ooh. It's using more power than we currently have available, so it's just barely kind of sticking on in between. Yeah, 51. We're getting there. And there's also lenses. Which I think... velocity, potency, resistance. There's combo lenses too, isn't there? That's like... celebratory... Yeah, these all do things. I'd have to look at the book and lenses to figure that out. But I'm going to need to make up some lenses so that I can keep this thing populated correctly. Can I make them? Are they even something that is available to me? There's so much stuff in Botania. Man, there is so much stuff in Botania. So, mana manipulation, mana tablets, mana star, mana pulse spreaders, texture lenses. Here we go. The most basic mana lens does absolutely nothing. Can be dyed by crafting it with any color of dye to give it that color, or with a mana pearl to create a rainbow lens. These change the color of the fire and burst. They aren't just for fancy colors, they do things. Sometimes, though, having a single lens on a spreader just isn't enough. Combining two lenses with a slime ball in a crafting table will unite them into one lens with the effects of both. The first lens used determines the look and color